What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's been so long since we played Undead Legacy. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Undead Legacy by Subquake is a mod for 7 Days to Die. It's a really, really popular mod. It's up there with like with the likes of Darkness Falls and all that stuff. But the thing about Undead Legacy is it hasn't been updated since Alpha 20. Really long time ago. Subquake has said that they were planning on releasing for like Alpha 21, but then like 1.0 happened quickly compared to, other things and all that stuff. And they wanted to add a bunch of things. They wanted to rework the research system and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been changed a lot in the game. So we're going to figure things out. Now, with Undead Legacy, if you haven't watched, I do have a clean install video up. I also have a quick install video if you already know how to do or have a clean install of 7 Days to Die version 2.6. But yes, you do need a clean install to install the game and things like that. So check out that video if you wish. So with that though, when you do a clean install, you delete all of your settings and things like that. So I got to go back and set up all of my settings and things. So that's what I'm doing right now. New character body in first person mode. Basic mode shows mostly legs and belt area. Advanced mode makes body, belt, and leg areas visible. Interesting. So that's a thing now. Auto share quests, auto accept quests, party with allies. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, let's go to video. That's fine. I'm going to change that to balanced. That's what I usually have it on. Brightness. We'll leave that on 50 right now, but I might change that to all the way up. I like having it 90 if possible. It doesn't look like 90 is possible. It wants to either be 91 or 89. Default camera is first person. Field of view, let's do that up to 85. Locked 50%. Okay. Let's click apply on that. So let's see. Occlusion is off. Depth of field is off. Motion blur is off. Bloom is off. Movement and fifth of VFX is off. External lights is on. All this seems like it's fine. No dynamic meshes. I don't like having that. I like having it at 50%. Food bar at 75. Water bar at 75. Actually, I like having those always on. Bar numbers on the inventory. Let's have those always on. Yeah, let's have those on. Melee crosshair, range crosshair, detailed item stats compared. Let's do enabled on that. I don't want to auto hide the tool belt. XP is fine. Picture-in-picture scopes. Okay. Loading damage numbers, entities only is fine. Speed of meter, miles an hour. Day and time, enabled. Developer mode, disabled. Okay. Audio. All this seems good. Control should be fine. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That's got to be a God mode thing then. Okay. All this seems normal. Yeah, we do have lock inventory slots. It's nice to have that. Okay, that should be fine all there. Oh, player profile. Okay, we create our character in here. So let's create Tadia. Female, Asian, face 4. I-20, I think it is what I usually have it as. No, 21. There we go. And then we have higher style. I think it's 11. No, it's not 11. 12, 14. That's right, 14. And then we have hair color 7 or something like that. No, it's a higher number. It's this one, 14. Okay. And there we are. Okay. Now, there is a known bug right now with the game in that when you generate a map, you need to immediately, before you start trying to go into the game, you need to exit the game and come back in. Because the generation of the map uses a lot of your RAM and it doesn't come back when it's done. So that's a thing we have to be aware of. Okay, so new random world. We do have the pre-gen here. I'm wondering if that's pre-gen from Fun Pimps, though. So we're just going to make a new world. We're going to just do 8K. And we're going to do an advanced. Our seed is going to be UL underscore test underscore 01. Because we might make a bunch of different test deals. We'll definitely be doing new maps and stuff when the game updates and stuff like that. So we want mini towns. We want mini wilderness POIs. We can switch that to few. We want none of craters and cracks, down to few on lakes, all the way up on that. Center wasteland, like 30. 5, I think, is what we have to have it at. That low. This at 20. That at 20. And that at 20. There we go. 35, 20, 20, 20. And this is what I usually set my deals to. It gives a nice little thing. So we're going to generate this world. This is going to take a minute, so I'm going to pause. And here we are. Didn't take long. I think it took like a couple of minutes. So I'm going to click new game. Okay. So this map is now completed. It is always going to be in there. If we click manage save, there it is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and I'm going to quit the game and restart it. So we'll be back in just a second. And here we are. So we're going to click new game. I'm going to make a new map. Yeah, we're going to be on scavenger. We're going to just take it easy. Walk, jog, feral senses off, AI block damage all the way down, group damage boost. %. We're going to disable that. Zombie digging. They added a Subquake added zombie digging option. Nice. We're going to turn that off. Thank you very much. Rage chance. Turn that off if we can. Yes. I hate the rage chance. Rage chance is it happens when you hit an enemy, they have a chance to get faster and stuff like that to catch up with you. I don't like that. I'm going to turn off screamers as well. That's nice that these options are in here. Blood Moon is off because I don't want to play with Blood Moon. I just don't like it myself. 60-minute cycle is fine. 20 on our daylight length. Great. Time of dusk. Yeah, that's fine. Time of dawn as well. That's interesting that you can set those differently. Ambient light at stuff. Bright to ambient lights are compared to vanilla. Interesting. Override the brightness. We're going to have it at 100. 100. So they added an option to up the action skill XP multiplier. That's nice. That'll probably go up to like 200 for me, most likely, when I eventually do a full playthrough. Loot abundance set to 200. We can go up to 3. I think we'll stick at 2 for now. No deal. No biome progress. Huh. I wonder if Subquake has added anything to the biome progresses. That would be interesting to know. He hasn't released full patch notes yet. Probably not until Stable is released. But it'll be interesting to see if he changes biome progress in any way. Haven't heard anything about it. Storm frequency. I don't mind the storms. I just don't care for biome progression, really, because it's just tedious. I've done it once. It's not really fun. We're going to leave the POI loot scaling to default. No death penalty. No stat death penalty. Drop on death is nothing. Every 3 days we'll mark them. Wandering hordes. Every 18 hours within an 8-hour range, so it could be at 10 hours. There will be 30 zombies to 50 zombies. We're going to start small and do 15 to 20. We're just going to start small. Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. How many additional zombies can spawn from Wandering Horde? Example, zombies 5, zombie 10, then Wandering Horde will spawn between 5 to 15. Ooh, okay. So this is the minimum that will spawn. I'm going to set that to 10. I'm going to set that to default because at most I would want 25 right now, at the beginning at least. Completing a mission in a POI to not show up again, available mission pull up to traders. Oh, you can change that. That's kind of cool that you can change that. So you could always, if it's set to disabled, the same POI could show up again if you wish to. Or you could set it to a different day. It's defaulted 30. Okay. So that's interesting. Maximum spawn zombies is 45. Let me see the defaults now. Yeah, 32 seems good. Basics of the survival challenge is enabled. I think that's the intro quest. Blair block damage 150, land claim count 4. So there's the forest, there's the desert, there's the burnt forest, there's the snow, and there is wasteland. So you actually need 5. So we're going to set that to 5. Nothing. Standard filter. And creative mode is on in case we run into an issue. Okay, cool. Multiplayer, I shouldn't need to change anything because we're not playing multiplayer. I guess we could leave the claim size you may want to mess around with. I like having mine at 71 blocks and no dead zone. Just makes you more likely with the increased range to cover a POI completely. And the no dead zone is that if you for some reason set up close to the trader, there's more chance that you're not going to run into an issue. Oh, this is interesting. So this is a whole list of POIs on the map. Tile prefabs, show part prefabs. So there's 11 of these houses in the map. There's 778 in total. So there's at least 8 pop and pills factories. Okay. Let's see. Fire Station 02, there's 7 of them. That's nice. That's a nice base. There's... Hold on. Where are they? Okay, so Trader Wreck. There's 4 Trader Wrecks in the world. There's 5 Jude Witches, which is nice because those are really good mount house deals. So we can actually search here for the traders. Ah. Ah, okay. So that's why I couldn't see. So there is 4 Trader Joels, there is 4 Trader Hughes, 4 Trader Bobs, and 4 Trader Rex, and 1 Trader Jen. Wow, okay. Because they're respecting the biome that they're supposed to be in. So they'll always be in the biome. Okay, so Rex is going to be forest, Bob is going to be desert, Hughes is going to be snow, Joel is going to be in the wasteland, and Jen is in the burnt forest. And the reason why there's only 1 Trader Jen is because I really turned down the burnt forest. That's fine. Now, just to let you know, there will eventually be mods for Undead Legacy. There was before, where they were in Alpha 20. Not that many, but there was some. So we're just going to click start here. I want to get into and play, you know. It's been 20 minutes. It's going to be real interesting to see what's changed. So like research is supposed to be completely different how it was back in Alpha 20. Um a lot of things. Just know if you do want to play this, there is more tedium to this mod pack. Like you need rope. You need to craft rope to make things early on, like your stone tools need rope in them. There is a intermediate step between the iron you get out of a forge and scrap iron. So there's scrap iron tools as well. That's the next step after stone. So yeah, there is one new enemy. Last I knew, I haven't heard about any other new enemies in a scorpion, but they only show up once you start going into the other biomes, like the burnt forest, the desert, the snow. They do poison you, and that poison can kill you. Uh, unless something's changed, they don't spawn in the forest. And we're cold. Lovely. So you do get a bug out bag that you got to place. And it gives you things. So shift click it to get it. This is your UI. You do have a weight limit for things. Okay. Bandage. There. Start with the bedroll. We do have some rounds. We do have a flashlight. Okay. We load that up. Okay. We do have a little bit left over. Sort it by weight. Locking that slot. We do have some painkillers. I'll bring those down there. Okay. So, our first thing is we need to gather some small stones and some branches. So, small stones, branches from that, branches from that. Another small stone, branches from that, small stone. Wants us to grab 40 branches and 10 small stones. That's a lot of stuff. Feathers. Okay, let's go back this way and see if there's any more rocks. Some eggs and some feathers. Rock. Rock. Nest. Rock. Rock. Okay, we can craft the stone axe. Craft the stone axe. Go. So that goes there. And then the stone pickaxe. Okay. Now, it wants us to gather wood, resin, branch, and scrap iron. So to get the uh, wood, we cut a tree. Gives you resin and it gives you branches. And when you get the tree down, it gives you the wood. Okay. And it also gave us the resins. If you wish to also get resin, you can go up to a tree and stab it with a knife, and that will give you resin. Okay, scrap iron is a thing. We definitely don't want to go over there. That is going to be a high tier POI, so we don't want to do that. Now, we can't get scrap iron from iron nodes. That is not a thing. You need scrap iron from vehicles, uh, from taking apart iron things. You can't get scrap iron. Okay. Well, this will work out just fine. So we're going to have to deal with some things. But we do have the knife. And that might work out just fine. Okay. So there's going to be some enemies in here that we're going to need to take care of. Like that one right there. Let's back up and try to deal with them one at a time. And a bird. That's going to be the most dangerous thing. Okay, the bird died quickly. Great. And there is a burnt zombie in the forest biome. So, yes. This is your loot bag. So, do check your loot bags. Got some food. Got some bullets. Nice. Take apart your birds or your feathers. Nice. Bones. Rotting flesh. We can make a wooden spear if we want to. We can make a primitive baton if we wish to. I'm not going to make anything right yet because I want to see what this is going to give us. Okay, so we can't do that. That's right. And we can pick up these. And we can't scrap them by hand though, can we? Yes, we can. And that gives us scrap. Okay, that gave us 2. If we take... Hold on. I'm going to have to change my keybinds real quick. Okay, desktop default. All right, so if we hit this and take it apart, do we get more than 2? We don't, but we do get some cloth fragments from that. So that might be desirable. More bone and some of that. Firewood and scrap wood out of that. Instead of logs and branches. I have no idea if bees are a thing, but we did get some honeycomb. Which needs honey, needs a cooking pot. And we can get some, So that's going to be more firewood. What about this? More firewood. Okay. And scrap. Interesting. Okay. So that's good to know. Let's go around and take care of some more. Hi. Pop you in the head if I can. There you go. You're going to have some grandpa learning elixir. Nice. That's nice. Get some extra XP early if we want. We still want to clear the place out. Was that... Why did we lose our stuff? I don't know. But that's done. Okay. See, we're kind of fighting on two fronts here with this guy and the crawler. If we try to go after the crawler, this guy is just going to slam us. And unfortunately, we hit the body. So we can only put 2 bleeds on right now. Okay, he's going to die. I'm just going to let him. Okay. All right, let's go back in. There was somebody else. They can't get out the tent because they're like that. But I can pop them in the head. So if you reload it with bullets in it, it unloads the gun. That's interesting to know. Okay, some extra bandages for things. A warm winter hat. Interesting. Well, we can wear that. Unless there's an overheat mechanic in the game now. I don't think there is, but I can't say for sure. We did get some more bleed bandages. Health bandages, I mean, so that's nice. So, gun box gives us arrows, another pocket knife in case we need it. I will go ahead and take and put that down there. All right. We can search these metal containers for some rotten flesh that I'm just going to get rid of. We just do not need that right now. So, yes. All right. So, let's try picking up this chair and scrapping it and seeing what we get. We're just going to get 2. Okay, if we put the chair back and we take it apart with our pickaxe. 1, 2, 5. Definitely use the pickaxe. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Just some scrap plastic. Okay. Up here is various things. There's a food pile. Some charred meat. We'll just eat that. I know it's going to drain my water a little bit, but that's fine. I think this is just a cube. Yeah. Not going to worry about that. Okay. So we need to take apart some metal things. That's not a metal thing. TV. The TV is wood, apparently. Got some scrap plastic from it. Electric switch, some scrap wire, some scrap stuff. Okay. Okay, we're getting scrap iron from this. And we got it. Okay. So, wants us to make the carpenter's table. Let's go out here and do that. So, let's see. Craft a carpenter's table, place it, and use it. Okay, so what do we need for our carpenter's table? That's storage. There's our workstation. Carpenter's table. Okay. Now, carpenter table is complete. Now it wants us a wood spear and a wooden club. Okay. So, weapons and tools. Wooden club. We need 1 wood. And I guess we have to make the spear on us. We can make the spear right now. So we need to gather the wooden club stuff. So we need to open up this and pin this. Can we move this? No, we can't. Okay. So that's overlapping right now. Don't have to make a note about that. So we have this small tree. Does this small tree give us logs? It does when we take it apart. So we have all of that. We can now make our club. It's going to put it down here. We get some extra things from it. And there we go. Now it wants us to make the primitive bow and some arrows. So we need more branches. Okay. Scrap steel. We're going to put that back because we can't really use that right now. Can't use any of that. See what's in here. Some brass ingots and an empty bottle. We'll take the empty bottle because we should be able to use that for water, I think. So I think we need like 20 branches. So we need probably about another tree. So let's grab this tree. Okay. Don't need the pine cone. Early game is management resource looking. Just management resources is the name of the early game. Managing your weight versus resources and all kinds of stuff like that. So we can craft our bow. Now we need to make arrows. So we need arrow stones. Which we have arrow irons. But we need to make arrow stones. So we need at least one of those. Okay. Now it wants us to wear the primitive outfits. Okay. Can I make that in my stuff? Yes. So we need cloth, we need branches, we need rope. We're going to need at least one more rope. Two. So we need three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rope. Okay. So we have to have 9 rope. We can't make more than 3 because we need more resin. So we need 3 resin per rope. And we need more grass. Okay. So let's try and get to like 100 grass. Also, can we make that bone knife? Yes, let's grab that. I don't want to use my pocket knife on that thing. On hitting a tree to get resin. That's just a waste of durability on a pretty good knife. So how are we doing? We have 82. I 106. Okay. I think 20 resin, extra resin will be enough to make all the rope we need. So, we needed 2 per, so 2, 4, 6, 8 minus 1. So we need 7 rope. Okay. And then the rest of it is cloth, fiber, plant fibers, 10 per, I guess. The chest needs 30. So we're going to need 30, 40, 50, 60 plant fiber by itself. For that. One more. Okay. 60 plant fiber for that. With 10 branches per. So we need 40 branches. Is that enough branches? Yeah. And we need 10 cloth. Nope. We need 20, 30, 40, 50 cloth for this. So we need to go back into here and grab some cloth. Which we do have this. We can take apart. Bottles. Ah. Oh, that gives us Molotov cocktails. Okay. Okay. So this should give us some cloth as well. It gave us 6. So we have 11. Okay. We'll probably want to start at the top here and do what we can. Is this going to give us enough? It gives us 1. I don't think that's going to help out that good. Okay, this has given us more. Okay. We're at 30. We need to get to 50. Need to be careful. This might collapse on us here. Okay. It didn't. That's nice. Okay, we're getting zombie spawns now. How are we doing? Okay, we need more. We're at 43. $47. So, one more piece of roof. We're at 51. Okay. Yep, we have zombie spawns now. Okay, so we should have everything for this. Craft this. Crafting this. Crafting this. And we're out of resin. I need 4 more resin. Craft the shoes. Okay, this guy's dangerous. Let's get some bleed on him. Shoot him in the head. Okay. I'm glad I got that crit. That guy is really dangerous. Okay. So, where is our deal? He's over there. Okay. So, I'm going to put this back on because this is already better than this. This has better condition, but I don't care. Sort by weight. I'm going to pick this up. And I'm just going to... where is it? I'm going to drop the club because I don't need it. And I'm not going to do anything with it. And it's not worth much. I'm going to eat a can of tuna. And a can of stock. And we're going this way to find our way. This will give us our trader here. A pipe machine gun. No ammo for it. I don't need that, but I will take the aloe cream. That can heal me in a pinch if I need it. I also do not need the primitive bow. I'll be selling probably the arrows. I can't scrap that, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Hello, Mo. Okay, we got broken graphics here due to armor or something. Yeah. Got a little bit of broken graphics when we have the primitive armor on and are using anything. Let me see. Recipe for this is just all arrows. We can get rid of those. I do not need them. Recipes for this is this, but we don't have the ability to make those yet. Okay. All right. I am going to mark this as a big old boulder of stone. These are really important later on. I remember having to look for that sometimes. And those actually, you know, you can't get those in regular 7 Days to Die anymore. Which is a stinking shame. You have to go hunt those little tiny pieces of stone or dig into the ground to get stone regularly. Do we have skill points? We have skill points. And look at the hell at this. Okay, we're going to have to take a look at that when we get to the safe spot or when we get a house. Because that's a lot of information we're going to have to go over. Jeez, man. Uh, just first impression, POE, man, is my first impression of that skill tree right there. That was a find. That was a find right there, man. Oop. Nope. Go away. You always got fronty freaking hitboxes, little bastard. Search the truck. Not bad stuff. Now we're going to have to deal with Trader Rex sassing at us, so, you know, it is what it is. Let's check our mailboxes here. Old books. Yep, we need those for research purposes later on. And old cash. Police car is jammed. So, yep, here's Trader Rex. He's gonna sass at us all the damn time. All right, let's see what we got in here. Okay. Sure. Okay. Does not... Trader protection is still a thing. Some red tea. Nice drink. We are kind of really low on water, so I'm just going to go ahead and drink that. That gave us our empty bottle back, which is nice. There are different water containers. There are bars, and there are... I mean, bottles, and there are jars. Detroit cement mixer. I'll take the stone. I do not need the cement right now. Scrap copper. Useful later on. Not any use to me right now. Barrels is empty. Some beer in that one. I'll open this up, let her in, and close it. So we can just deal with her. Go. Lab chemistry station. 2 beakers in there. And some cotton. Wow. Okay. A busted up truck that you can't interact with. Okay, that's fine. The trader repair station is right here. Yes, yes, I remember this. And then a carpenter's table as well. If you want to use theirs. Open up the truck. Some steel hinges and some small batteries. Batteries are important. You actually need batteries, you know. That's why this green bar is underneath your flashlight. You need batteries. Hey, Rick, what's up? So what do we have? We have food, we have water, we have nerd tats. Oh shit drops, can of tunas, yucca juice. It does, okay. I was wondering if that was like something you just loot or if it's actually stuff you buy. It was a little strange.
How did you get in here? Aren't we closed yet?
Ryan? What are you doing here? Hi. It's Ryan. I wasn't expecting him to be here. Cool. Some UV glass. Okay. We can sell that. Some more empty bottles. Feathers, I'm just going to drop. Trash can. Some brass ingots. Drop that and that. What we got up here? Got some murky water. A crit injury recovery boost. Increases critical injury recovery speed. A footwear armor mod. Cool. I can sell the gunpowder and stuff. Fishing weights, I can sell that. And I can wear that for some extra coldness protection. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Ryan to be here. Hey, dude. Hi, Rick. I think we're supposed to talk to Ryan. Yeah. Cool. He gives me he gives me my shovel.
See you later.
So you actually talked to Ryan for that quest.
How are you?
He doesn't offer quests, but you do talk to him for that quest. All right. So you want some stuff? I can give you stuff. You don't want that. Okay. How about the brass ingots? You will take that and that and that. Let's see. What else? You can take the electrical stuff and the wire if you want. Can't use any of that this early. You want these bottles? I'm not going to make Molotovs anytime soon. You can have those and those. You can have those candlesticks. Okay.
You're welcome.
Oh, how's my favorite asshole doing tonight?
Okay,
If you
so
want
we
a job
still...
from me, you'll do what you're told. Don't just stand there with
We
your
still have...
thumb
Okay.
up your ass. Get the job done.
Interesting. Okay, it's 1920. Okay. We actually have to go back and grab that concrete because we need it for the quest. Okay. Well, we need that for the quest later on. I want to get that done. So we're going to need to find a place to sleep for the night. We definitely don't have time to go and do this quest. Okay, there's a lot of people here that are very upset with us. Our spear is doing okay. I was worried about the durability of it, but we seem to be doing okay. Okay. So we're about to find out if that 20 mark worked or not. For the time that turns night to day. You're not supposed to do that little juggle. So, if it's about to turn nighttime, yes, it did. Okay. So I'm going to have to figure that out then. A wristwatch. It can make an electrical timer relay or make a time charger. But you can't actually wear it to tell time. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. So we need a place to hunker down. We might be able to do that in the garage here. It is unlocked. Anybody in here? Knock, knock. Nope. Cool. So we can stay in here for the night. Just leave this up. Some nuts and bolts. And some of that. So let me see if this makes it... Nope. It doesn't look like that fixes it where I can use it as storage. Interesting. Gasoline, gasoline. That and that. Okay. Searched a tractor. For another stone pickaxe, some rope, and some bottles. Okay. So we're going to throw the heaviest things off in there first. That'll help me with some weight problems I have. Okay. So if I want to repair this, you need a primitive repair kit, which you have to make in the crafting deal, which I don't have room to put down in here. Okay. Doesn't look like that's busted. Okay. So, So we're going to find out when this is going to go off. So I set it to 20 on the time that day is supposed to turn to night and stuff like that. But I didn't change the other settings. And it looks like you have to change the other settings for it to work. Is what I'm thinking. Because it switched to nighttime at 2000, but with a setting of 20, it's not supposed to do that until 22. So it didn't do it like it's supposed to. So you may have to set those numbers manually as well. So it would, if it's going to be daytime at 20, it would be turning to day at 2. I'm going to pause my recording and I'll come back as soon as I hear the sound for it turning to day. And we'll figure that out. Before I do that, though, I will mark my spot here. Items, just what I'm going to call it. So, yeah. I will be back in just a minute. I want to show you something. I haven't done anything. The game is just this dark. I just been sitting here. I went and made a glass of tea and came back and it looked like this. Yeah. That's dark, man. All right. So it will not be daytime until 4, it looks like, even with that setting changed. So you have to change the other settings as well. No. That is interesting. That is really interesting. I'm going to wait. I'm going to find out. So the setting was set to 7. So that means it's not going to be daytime until 7 a.m. till 7 a.m. Do you have 15-hour days on default settings? Even with it set to 20. Okay. I'm going to sit here. I want to see. This is a good test. So I know what to do. Because if that's true, then I'm definitely changing that setting. Because this is kind of boring, you know? That's why I kind of set it to 20 in regular playthrough. Because setting the hours to 20 means in other versions of 7 Days to Die, it means that the sun will set at 2200 and the sun will rise at 2, which gives me enough time to give y'all like an hour and a half long video. So yeah, that's kind of why I usually set it like that. At least early on in the series, I have to set it like that because I don't want to just sit here all night for like, it takes about, I don't know, 3 minutes for an hour to pass, maybe five. And that's 5 minutes every hour. So that's a long ass time to just sit here and do nothing, you know, while I'm waiting. I don't have the ability to do anything right now. Um, not because I would die, not because the enemies would kill me, not because they're hard or anything, is because I don't have the item durability. Is kind of my problem. Um, I have a repair kit that should repair the pistol, but that's just one. I don't have anything to repair the spear, and I can't repair this. I can't make the spear without the carpenter's table. You can't even make the wooden club without the carpenter's table. That's just storage on the ground. There's this primitive backpack you can make, but we don't have the ability to make it. There's lighting. Okay, so we can make it in our backpack, apparently. And it takes 20 branches. I don't think... I want to look at things here. Interesting. Need leather for that. Okay, and we can make a primitive deal. This is not worth it, though. Making this with 2 rope is not worth making just this with 20 branches. There's no way that's worth. Repairing it is fine. Repairing your tools is fine because it takes 2 rope either way. You can make a head candle. Okay. And then we have the scrap tier. All right, so let's see what other things we have here. There's an accessory slot. There's a face wear slot. There's an eyewear slot. There's vision equipment. There's a belt. There's a backpack. Okay. So we can start in one of these then, right? There's intellect. There's skill points. There is respect points. There is strength. Every 5 strength, you get 1% increased melee physical damage and your carry weight limit is increased by 5. In fortitude, every 5 fortitude, you get 2% increased maximum health and 2.5% increased stun resistance. Dexterity, every 5 dexterity gives you 2% increased maximum damage and 5% increased headshot damage. Perception, every 5 perception gives you 1% increased range physical damage and 2% dismemberment chance. And intellect is every 5 intellect, 1% increased energy weapon damage and 2.5% increased skill experience gain. That wasn't supposed to happen, but okay. So you do click on these, and you can only click on one. Okay. So assault gives you 40 to inventory carry limit, 20 to maximum food and first limit, 5% increased melee weapon physical damage, 5% increased assault rifle, rocket launcher, and explosive physical damage, and 10% increased mining tool physical damage. Enforcer will give you 20 increased maximum health, 10% increased stun res, 20% increased healing effectiveness of medical healing items, 5% increased fist weapon physical damage, and 5% increased shotguns. Okay. Scout is 5% increased physical damage with spears, bows, crossbows, and sniper rifles. 10% decreased stamina consumption when aiming with ranged weapons. 10% increased dismemberment chance, and 10 to loot stage and 10 to trader stage. The Horde is here. Horde is here. I got to drink this because we may be about to have to fight. I'm just going to kind of just sit here. So specialist is submachine gun, baton, and salvage tool physical damage. 10% increased portable turret physical damage. Action skill experience gain. Better prices when buying and selling. 5% more dukes. And 25% increased bobby pin and lock durability. And then we have recon, which is increased maximum stamina. Increased physical damage with blade weapons, pistols, and submachine guns. 10% increased ranged hip fire accuracy. 10% increased crouch speed and stealth effectiveness in low light. 7 a.m. Okay. We're not going to worry about that. Crouch speed and stealth effectiveness in low light, and 10% decreased action noise level and alerted target search duration. So stealth, basically. So this is your, right here, this is your fist, shotgun, fortitude tree, basically. This is your spears, crossbows, agility with a little bit of the trader tree. The trader from intelligence. A specialist gives you, this is your intelligence tree for things, basically. And then recon is your stealth tree. Okay. And then assault is your melee rifle tree, machine gun tree. 5 to strength. Mining and wood cutting physical damage, physical melee, and common stamina construction. So we have assault rifle stuff up here. Some fortitude. Increased amount of resources. Perception. Increased amount of resources. Carry limit. Strength. Carry limit. Strength. Strength. So recover 2 stamina on each successful shot of using machine guns. Okay. If we go the melee route, we get club. Club stuff. Sledgehammer. Strength. Intelligence. Club. Sledgehammer. Strength. Rocket stuff. Okay. Sledge up here. Mining stuff. But it's rockets, even though it shows a deal mining down here. Okay. Fist weapon stuff. Poison resistance. Okay, this is where you go when you're going to go to the next area then, because you need this for dealing with the scorpions. Then. Shotgun physical damage. Heavy armor things. Maximum health. Max health. Fist weapons. Negate ability to get infected by the target. Okay. And shotgun. 2 seconds. Leg shots with shotgun cripple opponents. Okay. Health recovery. Heat and cold resistance. Okay. More poison stuff. Stamina used by melee attacks. Recover 5 stamina per enemy killed using melee weapons. Okay. Spears over here. Pole arm target reduction. Maximum food and water. Increase amount of resources gathered from animals with bladed tools. Sniper, sniper. Pole arm, pole arm, pole arm. Sniper, sniper, sniper. Range weapon target armor reduction. Track medium game like bears, boars, wolves, and coyotes. Lions and bears. Farm plot crafting costs. 50% chance to harvest an additional plant. Increased harvesting area by 1 while using a sickle or scythe. Plot crafting cost. Loot stage. 10% increased looting when opening untouched containers. Sneak physical attack damage. Does not affect great swords, great axes, or sledgehammers. Interesting that there is those things. Buried treasure things. Stamina, increased stamina regeneration speed while sprinting. While crouching, increased a crouch speed, decreased action noise, increased stealth effectiveness in low light, decreased target action search duration. Attack speed with clubs, batons, knuckles, knives, and swords, and recover stamina. Bobby pin stuff. Knives over here. Blade weapons. Glancing blows. Power attack. Reduce target run speed with bleeding wounds. Enables double jump. Never get a broken leg from falling. Never get a sprained or broken leg from falling. pistol. 3 successive hit with pistols in a short time causes the last shot to deal additional plus 33 physical damage. Machine gun, aim and reloading speed. Submachine gun. This is machine gun. This is submachine gun. Salvage stuff. Drone carry weight. Dukes for missions. 1 additional mission reward. Buying and selling. 10 trader level dukes. Torts. Limited number of actions allowed. Stun batons. Another turret, so that's 3 you can have. Trader levels, buying and selling prices, club things, rockets, sledges, melee physical damage, melee weapon attack speed, explosive stuff, mining stuff. Okay. Heavy armor. Dirt range. Increase damage for allies and party members. And then stuff. Okay. Lockpicking stuff. Dream stuff. Lockpicking. Lockpicking. Intellect. Machine gun. Submachine gun. Salvage. Salvage. Sneaking attack. Light armor. Bleeding stuff. Printing things. Attack speed. More lockpicking. Sneak physical. Buried treasure stuff. Rifles. The planting stuff. Harvesting food stuff. Harvesting animals at least. Decreased speed of food and water loss. Healing effectiveness. Okay. Shotgun stuff. Health regen. More poison things. And back to heavy armor. Oh. Delayed timer when setting off landmines. Can pick up landmines. Decrease damage from landmines. So that's going to be good later. But yeah, more heavy armor things. So there's 2 heavy armor things next to each other. I haven't seen medium armor as a thing in here. I haven't seen that. I've seen heavy armor. I've seen light armor. But I haven't seen medium armor at all. Which is interesting to note. Unless it's hidden somewhere in here, but this all is like light armor. There's no other armor deal except for the ones up top, which are all heavy armor things. These both are heavy armor. And it's back down to light armor. And I don't think there's anything armor related on the outer wheel. Not that I see. And then we have the action skills, which increases our stats and stuff as we go up. We have the art of mining books. Okay, the books are still here. Pledges is here. 10% chance to knock down opponents. Degrade 20% slower. Kill with 7 sledges weaken nearby enemies for 10 seconds. Damaged up by 20% and speed by 50%. 20% additional damage to enemies below 30% health. Headshot kills give 20% increased additional experience. 10% chance to knock down enemies unconscious. Attacks bypass 25% armor, and power attack kills restore 40 stamina. I think that's all vanilla. Spear hunters 10, 20. This is messed up. That one's messed up. Attack speed by 10. This one's messed up. Do more damage, and kills with spears refill your stamina. So that's still the same. This all looks the same. Hello, research tree. Interesting. So you automatically start with handcrafting and carpentry, and then it goes into wood doors, improved carpentry, cardboard storage, kiln, and then wood blocks. Wood blocks goes into cobble blocks, awning blocks, brick blocks, awnings, concrete blocks, glass blocks, reinforced concrete, bulletproof glass blocks, iron blocks, steel blocks, titanium blocks. Here's UV glass all the way down here. Glass, experienced artisan, which I guess you need this for land claim blocks or something. That's weird. So yeah, cement mixer. There's the basic powders tree. Wooden cardboard storage to wooden storage into decorative wooden storage, which unlocks the wood desk, the bookshelf, the clothing shelf, the wood shelf 2s, and the wooden shelves 1. Iron storage gives you iron, large iron, and small safe. Then we have the decorative, which is a metal desk, a file cabinet, lockers, store shelf, store shows shelf, a military shelves, and the metal shelves. And then we have steel storage, which is steel storage and large steel storage. And then we also have the safes. And the safes also go into the medium and large safes. And then we have the vault. And then we have the titanium storage, which is titanium and large titanium. Public service furniture, school seats, school desk, and church pew. Digital screens, which would be interesting. Wood refinement. Festive decorations. Decorative flags. King-size beds. Hospital furniture, advanced steel doors, iron doors, simple steel doors, reinforced drawbridge, chain link door, doors, steel sliding gate. That's all interesting. Here's our map. Here's our missions. Here's the challenge tab. This is the controls for things. And the player stuff. And the creative tab. Okay. So that's interesting. I need to keep those with me. The branches, because I need to do that to get another spear here. Is that enough to make another spear if I need to? Yes. Okay. It's really not... Are you... Is that pig upset at me? No, I don't think so. Long as the pig ain't upset with me, I'll be fine. Because he ain't gonna mess with me, I ain't gonna mess with him. So... Yeah, I'm gonna have to really adjust the time because I'm just not used to that time frame. 7 to 10 is like really, really short compared to what I usually do. And also it makes it really short for y'all. So yeah. It's not really great for y'all to watch. Okay, Tech Junkie 6. More charges. Fire rate of portable turrets and some mechanical parts. Okay, that's the same. Get Tech Junkies from the Mo Power books. We have really low stamina because we're really low on food. I didn't fill up before I left. I should have done that. So I'm pretty sure we're about to be in the middle of the road. Or we're right next to it. Okay. It just depends on if this thing has the technology to change the asphalt to dirt. But I think that only happens if it starts in the asphalt. Is what I'm thinking. I think I should spend my points. Is what I think I should do. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and some... well, I can't do anything else, but we're going to go and grab this, the carry limit first. Okay, so it looks like it's going to give us... Crash like usual. Can just ignore them. Which I'm going to do. So... this is normal. Food 15, health 0, 12 dysentery. That's a lot less chance of dysentery, but that's also a lot less food. I think usually it's like 20 food and a 20% chance of dysentery. Interesting. So, okay. Uh, Subquake doesn't let you know what tier the POI is by being next to it. Okay. So that's interesting to know. Needles. You can make sewing kits with that. That is interesting to know. You couldn't make sewing kits in Alpha 20, I don't think. Not that off the top of my head, I can't remember being able to do that. Adhesive is nice. More adhesive is nice. So we get 400 XP for the small zombies. So that means the big boy is probably going to be worth like 800. Double. Off the top of my head. All right, Rick.
Now that you did the job, I guess you ain't that damn bad after all.
We're going to choose that.
Afternoon. If you bring me a cold one, I might give you a discount.
Cobweb College, modular house, burnt house, cabin. Everything else is really freaking far away, so I
look
guess
who's
we're
tired.
going here.
What are you standing there for? Don't you have work to do?
Okay.
If you want some what the hell do you want this time?
I want to sell you things so I can get things. So let's see. Do you have a red tea? You have a tactical assault rifle as well, but I think these are the recipes. So he doesn't have a cooking pot, which is interesting to see. Interesting. Okay.
Be careful out there. You wouldn't want to get hurt.
I'm going to get rid of that. And let's see. Let's open that up. We did get 20 rounds of 5.56. Okay. So I can have that as an emergency weapon here. Okay.
What is it?
Now, you
What are
before
you
had
looking for?
just medical things, but you now have food as well. You don't have a cooking pot, though. Bar brawling, great heist. While nice, isn't anything I can do. So, you have chicken soup, can of peas, can of dog food, can of pears, can of miso, and can of pasta. I'm gonna buy that
Farewell.
can of pasta, because that's the most food. And then we also have lamb rations. We're going to take those as well. Okay, so that'll sort our food for a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. Let me go over to my place over here. we should be able to and we did get the quest. Okay. So let us go over to items. I'm going to have my water in there. So we're going to go, well, we're going to have a red tea in there. I'm going to go drink that. Okay, nothing in there. That's great. All right. So I'm going to drink this red tea. And I'm going to drink that as well because that gives me water. Okay. Drop things off. So we're good to go. Okay. So let's go do this quest real quick. I think we're going to make a new save next episode. Because we're definitely going to need to change the time. The time is a big factor to me. It's already 17 o'clock. And we have to be back at 2000 and we can't do anything until 7. That does not feel good at all. We're not going to go in there because we don't want to mess with the dog right now. This might be a better place to stay. Does have a fenced-in backyard. Sniper 7. Do we get... We do get research data for scrapping that. But we could also get 100 dukes, which I think is more important to us right now unless we get a cooking pot in this place. We seem to get money out of the mailboxes now, which is an interesting thought. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and make a spear because this one is not that great. So in case we need a spear, we do have a backup weapon on us in our pocket knife already. Okay. So we get 20 carry limit. Nice. So now we have 170. Cool. Can't go up there. Yeah, there's no loot in toilets anymore. It gives you murky water, but you have to have bottles for it. And I have 3 bottles. Cool. So basically we can R fill 3. Cool. So there's a fuel mechanic, huh? Nice. Okay, cool. So you can take only as many as you want, really. That's kind of cool. We can take this and we can scrap that for some clay, but we only get 1. We can also take these things. Like I could take this bookcase. Nope, I can't take that bookcase. Interesting. Cans of dog food. It's food. Some pears. Some aluminum foil. What is this used in? Make some spotlights. Okay. So that's a thing. Coffee maker has nothing. Would have been better to check the coffee maker before I went and got that murky water. So do be aware of that. So none of that. Huh. So I'm just thinking, how are we supposed to pick up these things? Because used to you could just hold E on them and pick them up for storage. But you can't do that anymore, which is like interesting. Watch out for Doggy. Somebody decided to hop the fence. So I'm going to have to go out there and deal with him. Because he's probably part of the POI. You ain't supposed to do that. You know. Mo. Mo ain't supposed to do that, I'm pretty sure. So if I take this... Okay, I can take the trash cans and use them. Okay, that's good to know. Gonna be a little heavy, I feel. Yeah, they're 4 pounds each. Some rope and some cement. But that is storage for us in case we need it. Busted up car. Take these apart. We could get firewood and stuff if we wanted to, but I'm not really looking for that right now. Go down. But we also have the garage to check, which has an Arlene in it. Whoa! Shit! Scared the shit out of me, why don't you, man? Moo scared the shit out of me. Okay, so we got some enemies here. Can we reach this guy from up here? No. Okay. We should be able to reach this guy from up here. I don't know if he can reach us or not. Can't reach him while he's laying down. Okay. Gonna destroy the destroyed workbench with some nails and some brass in it. I don't know if we can use these out in the world or not. Storage. Cool. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be moving over here. And I'm also going to take this apart here. So you have to pick it up and put it back down for it to count as yours. And then you can hold this and you can act as broadcast storage, which will allow this thing to like do crafting from it. It's crafting from containers, basically. Can't sell it. You can scrap it. Gives you those. Hmm. Thread spools. Awning stuff. Okay. That's interesting. A trail backpack. Stitched leather belt. Worn leather belts. A rat pack. Military belt. Military backpack. Hide belt. Fanny pack belt. Huh. Interesting stuff. Some buckshot, some 792. which is for the sniper rifles. Poppin' pills box. Some steroids, some splints, more things. We can pick that up and use it as storage. First aid kits. That's important. Scrap sledge. Well, there's our weapon right now. And some iron arrows that we can sell. And we can pick this up and use it as storage as well. So I think I'm going to put all storage over here. We're at 11. It popped us up to 33. 44 when we close it. $16, $18, $16. Okay. So yeah, that is worse. Using that thing like I thought. That's a vanilla thing. That thing always has like things in it. Question, can we close this? Yes, we can. Okay. So we did upset somebody. Yeah, that snake is upset. That's fine, though. Okay, the rest of it stays on me, except for that. That needs to go in here. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make a new save next episode. We're gonna make a new map and everything as well. Um, I think. Yeah, I definitely need to change that. 9mm rounds. Okay. Then the machine pistol is no longer the best thing to get. The machine pistol box is no longer the best thing to get because the um the pistol is actually the best thing to get, because unless it gives you a 10mm pistol, because that is a thing, it'll give you more 9mm rounds, which you can use for your pistol, and you can keep your pistol for a really long time. You can just, if you want to, you can just start with pistols. Just straight go up pistols over here and do a lot of damage early on with your pistol. Um, Knives and swords are actually pretty good as just a regular weapon, not even using them as um not even using them as the sneak weapon. Maximum stamina headshot damage. Stamina early is pretty much king, really. So you take recon for even more 20 increased stamina. Damage with blade weapons, pistols, submachine guns. Damage with ranged weapon hip fire accuracy, so you can fire your pistol from the hip instead of aiming. Crouch speed, so if you want to go stealth, you can. Then you have 5 dex, which is just going to give you 2 more stamina and 5% increased headshot. And then you can do fire rate into more dex. So you start out with 4 extra stamina and 10% increased headshot damage early on if you want to do aiming instead of just hip firing. And then you can do pistol, more damage, improved pistol fire rate and reload speed, and then 3 successive shots do more damage. If you want to, you can go more hip fire accuracy, reduce movement penalty when reloading, dex, more hip fire accuracy, and 66% reduced movement penalty. So you move quicker. More dex for more headshot and stamina. Perception, range physical damage, and dismemberment chance. So not bad. More pistol damage, fire rate, and another one of these. I don't know how these would stack if it's still 3 and then 66 or if it's 2 instances of 33 physical damage. I'm not sure. If you're going to go light armor, you can use this. More dex, and then increased attack speed and recover stamina when you use clubs, batons, knuckles, knives, or swords. I would pretty much use knives or swords personally. And then after you get all that stuff, you could come down here for more stuff. Now you're at 99% reduced movement penalty, so you're pretty much moving as normal when you're reloading. More dex, lock picking to open things up, another lock picking. So you'll get to 50 lock picking, which allows you to open pretty much any regular safe. You can't open up gun safes. You get 5% perception. You can get more increased attack speed and 10 stamina back, dex, 15 in stamina back, and 30% increased attack speed. More dex and dex. And this down here is your double jump. Over here is more blade stuff, it looks like. This is crouching stuff. More blade stuff here. So this should all go into knives or swords. And then we have maximum stamina and regen with more fortitude, with some fortitude, which gives you health and stun res. Some max stamina and more max stamina regen while sprinting, and some strength, so more melee physical damage. And then there's more pistol stuff down here. So, yeah. And then another blade right here. And then submachine gun stuff is down here if you want to go submachine guns, which is interesting. The problem is I don't see... See, this is all nice and bunched together for things. So you get a lot of that stuff. But I don't see it being the same for like the sledgehammer section. Like, you don't get sledgehammers early on. It looks like to me. There's a sledge here. There's a club here. There's sledges on this side. But if you go down to the blade section, like, everything is related to blades here. But up here, it's split between clubs and sledges. So you're getting less with sledges and clubs than you do with knives. Until you get to this outer ring, which gives you pretty much everything sledge. So, yeah, I don't know. And then you have the shotgun over here and shotgun here. But going this way gives you fist stuff. But there's nothing... Okay, here's some knuckle stuff, but it's hardly anything. Here, okay, here's some more knuckle stuff. So it does lead into more. Okay, so this is better than the sledge stuff, at least. Because you do get a bunch of shotgun things as well. Apparently you get health stuff as well. Interesting. Where is shotgun on the outer wheel at? Why is it not up there? There isn't any. Is there not any? Okay, no. Here's shotguns. But you don't get... And it's split with physical. Why do this? Is my question. Why have this split out here for shotguns and fizz, but you have these dedicated things for knives and pistols and submachine guns? Why can't you have dedicated things for a shotgun, a melee one? Why not have dedicated ones for that? I mean, there's 2 separate ones for turrets out here. There's one for trading. This is a dedicated one for clubs. Okay, so there is one for clubs and sledges, but not fist and not shotgun. There's one for machine guns, regular machine guns, not the submachine gun. There is a half a wheel for a sniper, but this is all about penetration. So, and more penetration. And then here's your sniper stuff here with pole arms. So snipers and pole arms doesn't have their own dedicated tree. Huh. I guess I know why this one is like this though, the sniper rifles, because the sniper rifle is all about penetrating the armor of the enemy. It's always has been, even in the base game, and then penetrating through the enemies to hit an enemy behind it. I understand that one, but I don't understand why the pistol has so many dedicated spots, but stuff like the shotgun doesn't. And there's machine gun ones as well. There's only 2, it looks like, dedicated straight to machine guns. But there is this down here that says machine gun on it, which should impact both the submachine gun and the assault rifles, I think. So yeah, I'm not totally sure. And also that's interesting that I just heard that. So you heard that zombie just up and die, right? Well, 4 o'clock is like the regular time for all ferals and stuff to die because day breaks. So if that guy died, he was most likely a feral. And that means that even though this is going to be interesting. I could still barely see. This is interesting. This guy's a feral. Yeah, I'm gonna die from him, most likely. A feral tourist, most likely. Why is he sprinting like this? He shouldn't be. He should be walking normal speed. So it didn't kill the ferals then. Why did it kill that other guy but not this one? I don't know. So this should be going away here. We're in the basement. We shouldn't be cold anymore. What's the temperature right now? .9. It's slowly going down, but it's not going down that quickly. I wonder if it's because it's a basement. That would be interesting. Does this torch warm us up quicker? Doesn't seem like it. Can we pick up the torch? Okay. So if I hold this here, does that thaw me out? Yes, that thaws me out quicker. And the torch is not infinite. Interesting. Ah, that's interesting then. Yeah, that I remember that now. Hmm. And I'm getting cold again because I put the torch down. And the torch isn't going to come back because it removed it as soon as I put it down. No, it's back in my hand. It's keeping its deal, but if I put it on the wall, it doesn't do it. Huh. Was that a thing in the Alpha 20 version? I don't think so. Huh. But yeah, so I'm I think Recon is the best one to start with if you're wanting to play it with the I guess easier time. While you would think Enforcer would be good, you start with like fist weapons, and shotguns is the best damage type early on. For sure. I can give it that. But the fist weapons are going to be difficult early. And while machine guns is okay, as you can see, we don't really have much in the way of bullets for that. But you start with a pistol. If Subquake removes the pistol, then it will even it out. Then the game will even it out. But I don't know if he's going to remove the bug out pistol in the bug out bag or not. If he does, the skill tree will even out a little bit more. But I don't know if he's going to do that or not. But I definitely need to restart, and I need to change the time because that's like bad. I'm sorry, man. Start at 7 a.m. to 10. That is a big jump. And also you can search the tree. Nice. That is a good feature. And then, you got the action skills and stuff. This has always been in the game. I would say bump up the XP for this because you do gain them really, really slow, and you only get the buffs. While you do get a part of this buff as you level up you do get these things. When you get to level 20, you don't get this as a bonus. This is just telling you what your stats are at level 20. This is not a bonus. This is just telling you what your stats are when you are at level 20. So it's not a bonus you get unless Subquake changed it. The way this worked before is once you hit level 20, these are your stats. Which has always kind of upset me, You don't actually get a buff for using things more. You do, but it's like gradual. It's not it's not a big buff at 20, at 40, at 60, at 80, 100. These are your stats at that level of the skill. So it just kind of gives you a deal to see. So like pole arms have a 5% increased dismemberment chance and deal 5% more damage, have increased headshot damage by 10% at 20. Just divide the numbers down and you will get your number at your level, which right now at 2 is pretty much nothing. So yeah. So I'm just going to call it here. We're going to restart next episode. It is nice. It is interesting. Some of the things, the skill tree is really good, but there are a couple of problems with it. Like I said, take away the pistol you start with, the mongrel with the 9mm, and the tree evens out. You start okay at everything, but he may not want to do that. That's up to Subquake. That's his choice. Um, the action skills are the same as far as I can tell. The research is interesting. We're going to have to figure out how we're supposed to do this. So we need the research station. We need 100 basic research. We need the woods. We need all this. So I'm guessing when you put down the research station, it'll open the screen, and when you have all the items, it allows you to, like, somewhere in here, click it to work. Or yeah, there'll be a button probably to hit to restore that. Here's your nearby storage up here. I don't remember if that was there before, but that's interesting to know. It seems all of your save waypoints are still in the game, so that's good. The UI is good. It's the same as it was before. So the challenges got added to the game. So that's interesting. I think these are all the same resource wise and stuff right now. He might change them later. I don't know. Like this land claim thing, you can't do this for a long time. First, you have to unlock the ability to craft a land claim block. You don't have one. You can't make one. Hmm. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna just call it here. So thank y'all for watching. Hopefully it's not that bad, but yeah, we're not there yet on doing a full playthrough. We're gonna be a while. I might not do a full playthrough until stable releases. The first stable releases, or maybe a couple patches after the first stable releases. So yeah. So I will see y'all later. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye.